Okay, everyone on Twitch say hi. This is a very quick patch review of the most recent patch that just came out. Would have been December 2nd. And normally I have an idea of when patches are coming. I have like that internal heads up. Didn't hear about this one, so this was a little bit of a surprise to me. There's a lot of surprising additions in this patch. So as always, we're going to skip through some of the fixes and we're going to move on to the balance changes and start with general changes. First thing, chickens. The food has been increased from 65 to 75. I like this change because I think at least at the highest level, people would start to realize that like chickens weren't necessarily always worth it. So I think that's a nice change. It makes chickens a little bit more valuable. I will also add, and this is weird because I want to look at the camera right now, but I don't have my camera on. Devs, remove deer from chicken maps. Like, that's another aspect of it. The reason you're not seeing chickens utilized is because deer are on versions of Arabia and it's neutral deer. So that's another aspect I'd like to see. Eagle Warrior cost reduced from 25 food, 50 gold to 20 food and 50 gold. I mean, eagles are an interesting one because I feel like they're really strong sometimes, but they're not that commonly seen with the mesosieves. So I think this is like kind of reverting a change or something. I forget. I don't hate it. We'll see how it goes. Gambit Stun's cost reduced from 100 food, 100 gold to 50 food and 100 gold. I don't think this is necessary, personally, but also don't hate it. Makes infantry play a little bit more viable if you're trying to max out. Traction Treb reload time increased from 9 to 11 seconds. Traction Treb bonus damage versus buildings increased from 175 to 230. And then Traction Treb movement speed reduced from 0.6 to 0.57. So essentially, they're doing more damage against buildings now. But they're a little less mobile. I think less useful overall in situations where it's against military. So I don't mind those changes for Traction Trebs because I actually think Traction Trebs are very strong. In overall use case, it makes them better against buildings. Okay. Warrior Priest cost reduced from 30 food, 60 gold to 30 food and 50 gold. So, why, after all the discussions that I've tried to start about how OP the Church Rush is, why are they buffing this? Was my question. I'm very surprised. I'm also shocked that they haven't nerfed the build speed because the build speed is gimmicky and crazy. We've also talked about the arrows from churches. There's lots of conversations to have, but they've made it stronger now. So I don't like that. I would have liked to see if they're going to do this. I'd like to see other aspects of the church adjusted. Maybe that's for in the future. I don't know. But that was a surprise to me. Bulgarians. Krepos can now train petards. I mean, Bulgarians OP, am I right? That's funny. I mean, I don't hate it. It's just a surprise to me. It's a surprise. Actually, it'll be really good in sudden death. So if there's another sudden death tournament, being able to Krepost and Petard drop would genuinely be very strong. Burgundians. Flemish militia movement speed increased from 0.9 to 0.94. Is 0.94 now the movement speed for Man-at-Arms? I think it is. I think that matches the movement speed of Man-at-Arms is what that does. This is fine. I don't mind it. I like the Flemish militia being an option right now for Burgundians, so that makes me happy. Man-at-Arms and archers are 0.96. Okay. Nikov's calling me a potato. What would be wrong with matching the movement speed of archers and Man-at-Arms? Why are they slower? I don't know. I was thinking it would be the same. I guess it's not quite as slow now. Georgians, their unique tech effect has been improved from mounted units take less population space from 15% to 20%. And then also upgrade cost reduced from 750 food and 250 gold to 550, 250. So this is a double buff. So generally speaking, double buffs are usually result in potentially some problems. I would have liked to seen one or the other because I'm a little bit more... That's just the way my brain works. It's not too bad. I would have liked to just seen the cost decrease. I like the cost decrease. This could make the Georgian late game even stronger. The Georgian late game could be really strong as is. Also, fortified churches improve nearby villagers' civilization bonus area improved from 8 tiles to 9 tiles. Again, it's like, what made the devs think that the churches needed to be buffed? I don't agree with it. I don't think it was needed. I think they want more uniqueness. Maybe they did this over a weekend and had one too many beers, and they, instead of nerfing the churches, they added bonuses, but that was a surprise. Okay, Jurchens. Iron Pagoda base reload time reduced from 2.28 to 2.15. And mounted units and fire lancers attack faster civilization bonus increased from 20% to 25%. So that's a double buff. Again, double buff. They now basically get the Bulgarian unique tech stirrups for free as a civilization bonus. And I also felt like the 20% bonus was already really good with the Jurchens. Like, scouts, cav archers, fire lancers, they've been seen a lot. They're very solid, in my opinion. So I didn't feel like this increase needed to happen. Now, we haven't been seeing a lot of Iron Pagodas. So an Iron Pagoda change, I don't hate. I'll be very interested to see that. I think the unit is actually very, very good. But yeah, I was surprised to see this because I felt like Jurchens were already in a really good spot. But I don't know if Chad agrees or disagrees. I thought Jurchens were fine. All right, now Khitans is the big one because of their pasture. Let's see. Mounted Trebuchet, lingering fire tile damage increased. Lingering fire duration increased. Okay, so that's from their like mounted Treb thing. I don't have too many strong opinions on that. We don't see that unit too frequently, so maybe that will lead to people making them more. Pasture is the big one because I think pasture food income is incredibly broken. The cost of a pasture has been increased from 100 wood to 110. Pasture animal food increased by 105 to 115. And then construction time has also been increased. So essentially, they've made the pasture more expensive. They have given it more food overall, but it takes longer to build. I like this change. It's a very small nerf. The issue with the pasture is the food income is too fast for what it brings you. So now it's like, I know some people are going to say this is a buff, but like it's harder to get to them early, which you could consider a nerf. I would say it's very minor, like very minor, but yeah. I don't know. It might not be a buff or a nerf. It could just even out to being the same. So we'll see how that goes. Persians, Commanderon, effect improved from archer line costs 60 wood to now 50 wood. So they're improving trash bows, which every 800 and 900 elo player out there is going to either rejoice or hate. This is a surprise to me because Persians are already so good at the competitive level without that tech. And it also, Persians are really good at like mid to low level with that tech. Like this is loved at mid to low ranks. So it's not the biggest deal though. Just a little bit of a surprise. Okay, Shu. Lumberjacks generate food in addition to wood. Civilization bonus reduced. Needed to happen. This is a good change. It might even need to be nerfed down to 5 or 4% at some point. But you can't go too far with the Shu because they don't have everything with their tech tree like some other civs. But their economy feels like Viking economy, but you also have cheaper archer upgrades, thumb ring. Like the Shu has felt too strong, so I like that change. Okay, you ready for this, guys? You ready for this? Elite Conquistador attack increased from 18 to 19 attack. And then Elite Conquistador upgrade cost reduced from 1,200 food, 600 gold to 900 food, 600 gold. Yes, because everyone who's played AoE 2 over the last 5 years has thought, oh my god, Conquistadors are so weak. They need a buff. What? What are the devs smoking, bro? Why are they double buffing conquistadors? Conquistadors are insane. That was shocking to me. Just absolutely shocking. I wish I had my camera on. I could maybe throw it on. I don't know what they're doing. I think conquistadors aren't like super prevalent on all maps. So they're trying to make them like more prevalent in the late game, particularly in like Imp. Like the issue you don't like, hold on a second. Let me fix something. Okay, listen. The reason you don't see elite conquistador research devs is because the base conquistador is too strong. The base conquistador is so strong that no one needs to get to elite and they can make other things. So like buffing elite is crazy. But you know they did. Tatars, Keshik HP increased from 110 to 120. Elite 140 to 145. Elite Keshik upgrade cost reduced from 700 food 900 gold to 700 food 600 gold. So this is a weird one. Because the thing is, guys, Keshiks are already really, really good. Like, they are already good before these changes. It's more acceptable than buffing conquistadors because conquistadors, like, just dominate already. So it's weird. It's like the game flow for Tatars doesn't play into getting to their unique unit, but their unique unit is really good. So that makes it even stronger. I can understand why the devs maybe wanted to do that just because we're not seeing a lot of Keshiks. Turks, gold miners work faster. Civilization bonus increased from 20% to 25%. So there's going to be some people out there who don't like this because this makes them stronger on closed maps. I like it because it keeps their identity. They're already not like the best on closed maps as is right now. There's already other civs in the pecking order. So it allows them to keep pace with other civs out there. But yeah, it does essentially make them better at what they're already good at and not better on like an open map where they can't make skirms and spears. So it's tricky. Okay, and then Wu. Jean Swordsman train time increased from 27 seconds to 35 seconds. They also added some maps, which are going to be in the game now. Some of these maps look very nice. I think these maps might be incorporated into the upcoming Red Bull event as well, which is part of the reason they were added. And yeah, they also added Stonehenge. Okay, so you can now fight some battles with buffed conquistadors next to Stonehenge. And then that's pretty much it. But yeah, I mean, like my take on the balance things is I think there's just some questionable changes here. Like, I know that they probably have data that backs up some of their decisions. Like, they didn't sell enough DLCs recently, so they need to buff some of these DLCs. I didn't say that. That was a joke. But like, I'm sure, like, with conquistadors, maybe they don't see elite conquistador researched enough. Or maybe, like, elite Keshik isn't researched enough. You know, there's things that back that up in their minds. But, like, I'm shocked that churches were buffed and that Jurchens and Spanish and Tatars were, or not necessarily Tatars, were buffed a little bit. So it's a bit of a weird patch for me. So I like the chickens. I like the eagles. I like Gambesons. I like the traction treb tweaks. I don't like the fact that churches can be built in 0.3 seconds with 2 villagers for Armenians and Georgians, and they've received additional bonuses for their churches. I think there's a middle ground there. But maybe they couldn't do that this patch. Maybe they'll do it in future patches. So yeah, that's my take. A confusing patch overall. It's clear that the devs want to see like more uniqueness, but I think it's a dangerous road. The game has already been power crept pretty hard year by year, and I'm kind of concerned that over time, that with like some changes like this, it could snowball into every civ plays out very differently. So that's it. That's my take.